Hey. Ugh. What? What is it you want? Look, I'm here for you. Your mom told me about what happened to your mind. Dude! You are standing on some mighty thin ice here. I'm sorry about your mind, Matt, but I've lost things too. You have no idea what loss is. In case you didn't know, Jaws is one of my all-time favorite movies. I even have a poster that I gotten from King's Dominion like 2 years ago. I loved every single thing about this movie. Oh yeah, my cat Tiny, she's running away because I'm about to talk about what I'm here to talk about. That guy that came in here, it's just some random guy to talk to me to see if I can get over what happened. Guys, I have officially lost it. I have lost my mind. This movie made me lose my mind. I did not know what the fuck I was watching. I am, of course, talking about Jaws the Revenge. Now, Jaws, you know that. It's my favorite, one of my favorite movies of all time. One of my favorite horror movies of all time. Yes, this is a horror movie. Even people say that's a horror movie, okay? A shark that kills people. And scary, too. Just like Alien is a horror movie. People might not believe it, but it is a horror movie. Well, even Silence of the Lambs, which is another one of my favorite movies of all time, that's also a horror movie. Well, it's in the horror genre, and Alien is also in the horror genre. A lot of people say that Aliens isn't a horror movie. I mean, it's more action, but I still count it as in the horror genre. Jaws 2 I didn't like, but I can say it is the best sequel out of all the Jaws movies. Jaws 3 was stupid. This one is more stupid. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. People have been criticizing this for so many good reasons. This movie even got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. It was even released in the theaters and didn't even well, first of all, Jaws was a huge box office hit, along with the sequel, which wasn't that much of a hit, but it was a successful film. But yeah, Jaws was so popular, it went over. It was pretty much Spielberg's first blockbuster. I think it might have been his first film, also. I'm not sure. But yeah, that Jaws was the movie that made us terrified of going into the water. And this film was definitely one of Spielberg's best. It's my favorite film by Steven Spielberg. So it got 4 films. But let me talk about Jaws. Okay. Third movie I thought was so bad that it was funny. Like the practical effects where the shark goes in and then just breaks the glass. Yeah, pretty much so. But guys, out of all the films, this is without a doubt the worst one, Jaws: The Revenge. I couldn't understand what I was watching. I watched it last night, and my God, just by God, was this film bad? It's not even so bad that it's good. No, it's so bad that it's bad. Alright, so. And the plot is one of the stupidest movie plots I've ever seen. We got the Brody family, but Cheap Brody is dead. And pretty much you got this other guy that gets attacked by a shark, and which doesn't even look like he's being attacked. It looks so fake. I mean, they just put fake blood in the water, and it didn't even attack. The shark didn't even attack him yet. No, it's just blood in the water before the shark could even attack. And pretty much, people don't notice because they're Christmas caroling, and pretty much he dies, and they have a funeral for him, and pretty much the shark wants to get revenge on the Brody family after killing the main shark. That's the plot. The shark looks so fake in this movie. It doesn't make any sense at all. Like, really, the first movie, the shark looked so real. They used practical effects. I know they use practical effects in this as well, but it's so awful. It's even worse than the practical effects in the third movie. Like, really. And that's the fact that, during... This film's almost 30 years old, but I'm not celebrating it. I don't care if it's going to be 30 years old next year. I don't care. But anyways, yeah, and pretty much near the end of the movie, it was so ridiculous. Like, the shark again kills people. He even tries to kill this African American guy. He gets attacked by Jaws or the shark and pulls him into the water. We think we never see him again. Okay. So yeah, they try to attack the shark near the end with the ship, and the shark just roars like a lion. Sharks don't make noise. They don't roar. Like, really. And pretty much they stab the shark with the tip of the ship, just like Ursula in The Little Mermaid. But that film came out 2 years after this film. And guess what? After they stab in the shark, guess what? It explodes. The shark explodes when there wasn't even a bomb. And pretty much, when you see the shark's dead body, you can see it floating down. And they used a clip from the original film. They were too lazy to edit that out. Why? And it turns out the African American guy survived, even though it was obvious it looked like he was dead. Alright? He was so bloody looking, and then he survived. 'Tis but a flesh wound. Or are you African American Deadpool or something? And yeah, we never see from the shark again. This movie was awful, guys. It pissed me off so much. How could they ruin a masterpiece? I mean, really. This is one of the worst movies of the 80s, and this is without a doubt one of the worst sequels ever made. And it's not scary either. The first film was terrifying. Like, really. Even I was pretty scared. Like, really. The first film will, without a doubt, always be a masterpiece, a classic. And it will always be one of my all-time favorite movies. This film sucks dick. It is a disgrace to Jaws. The acting is god-awful. The blood looks so fake, as well as the shark. And the practical effects are done... And the scenes in this movie were so boring. It's so boring to look at. It's so stupid to look at. If anything, guys, go watch the original movie. It will always be one of the best movies ever. And I will always love this movie. But however, this film gets 2 middle fingers and gets a 0 out of 5. Do not watch this movie. I wouldn't even own this movie for my collection. I think the only Jaws movie I'll have is this one, not the sequels. So yeah. Now, if you don't mind, guys, I have a date with Destiny.